Hi, this is Georgia from Fiesta Sports Coaching. Today we are doing lesson 4 EYFS and Year 1 Fundamentals. Let's get warm. To get warm, we're going to play the Mr. Men game. For this, I will shout out some names to some characters and you're going to follow along with me and do the actions that fit with the name, sorry. So, the first one is Mr. Jelly. What could you do for this one? We could wibble around like jelly on a plate. Then we're going to have Mr. Slow. So you can either be marching or jogging on the spot really slowly. We're going to have Little Miss Quick. We're going to really do it quick. Then we're going to have Mr. Bounce. So we could be jumping on the spot. And then Mr. Tall. Ooh. Are you ready to get started? Have some music. So start off, so we're marching on the spot. Or jogging, let's do a bit of jogging actually. Mr. Jelly! Wibble wobble. Then back jogging again. Mr. Bounce! Jogging on the spot. Mr. Slow! Mr. Slow. Little Miss Quick! Mr. Jelly! Wibble. Then jogging again. Mr. Bounce! Mr. Tall! Little Miss Quick! Mr. Jelly again! Woo! Mr. Slow! Little Miss Quick! Faster! Quick! Mr. Tall! Mr. Slow! Mr. Quick! Little Miss Jelly again! Mr. Jelly, sorry! Mr. Bounce! Have a little breather. Stop there. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's use our arms again. Ready? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. And out again. Whew. This time, we're going to add a few more characters in. So don't forget the ones that we've just done, but this time a few more. So the next one we're going to do is going to have Little Miss Tiny. Whew. Where we're going to get nice and small. Then we're going to have Mr. Strong. Yeah, show them muscles. And we're going to have Mr. Tickle. And you've got to imagine that you're tickling someone. Tickle, tickle, tickle. And then we're going to have Little Miss Scary. Rah! And then Little Miss Star. Are you ready? Should we get the music started again? There's a lot more this time. So you're going to have to really try your hardest to remember them. I'm going to have to remember them too. Ready? Jogging on the spot. Little Miss Quick. Really fast. Really fast. Mr. Strong. Back jogging on the spot again. Little Miss Scary. Rah! Back on the spot again. Mr. Bounce. Mr. Tall. Back jogging again. Mr. Tickle. Little Miss Tiny. Back jogging again. Little Miss Star. Jogging again. Mr. Jelly. Wibble. Jogging again. Little Miss Quick. Little Miss Quick. Faster. Little Miss Star. Good. Jogging on the spot again. Little Miss Tiny. Woo. Getting a nice small ball. Good. Jogging on the spot, not much longer left. Mr. Tickle. Mr. Strong. Jogging again. Little Miss Quick. Little Miss Quick. Miss Jelly. Mr. Jelly. Stop there. Great work. Woo. Feeling a little bit warm. If you need to have a drink or a bit of a breather, please do. But great work on that warm-up, guys. Now we are warm, let's get started. So for today, you're going to need a bouncy ball. Because the first thing we're going to look at is exploring the different ways of how we can bounce this ball. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to use two hands and we're going to push downwards to the floor so it hits the floor, but then when it comes back up, we need to be able to catch the ball and hold it. So can we try and do that? Do practice with me. So pushing the ball downwards, and we've got hands ready there to catch the ball on its way back up. So you need to be able to react to this, because when it hits the floor and it's going to come back up, if you don't have your hands ready like this to catch it, it's just going to go up, or you won't be able to catch it and it'll go down again. Are you ready to do that one with me? Ready? We're going to do a few together. 1, 2. Really push down to get it to bounce off the floor to come back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoa, nearly didn't have my hands there then. 8, 9, 10. Good. Did you notice what I did with my eyes when we were doing that? Good. I was watching where the ball was going. Because if I take my eyes off the ball, then I'm not going to know and be able to react to get my hands to where they need to be when I'm receiving the ball on the way up. So now we're going to make it a little bit harder. So instead of using 2 hands and pushing down and then to catch the ball, we're just going to try and keep it continuous and just pushing down without trying to catch it now. So you can join in with me and just keep pushing down, pushing the ball down towards the floor. You will need to do it quite hard, because if you do it too light, then it's going to stop bouncing. So you really need to try and keep that bounce going. Still eyes looking at where the ball is. Few more. Whoop. Careful you don't let it go too close. So we all need a little bit of practice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hold the ball there. Now moving on to the next one. We are this time going to try and just do it with 1 hand. Sounds quite tricky, but I believe with the practice that we can do it. So, this hand's disappearing now. You can have it by your side if you want to. Some people like to have it behind their back so they don't end up having 2, because it can make you want to bring the other one back in. So, if you want to, put hand behind your back, you're still pushing down with the ball to get it to hit the floor and then bounce back up. But this time, instead of doing the 2, just hitting it down, you're going to just hit it down with 1. You ready? 3, 2, 1. You're just going to continuously keep pushing the ball down towards the floor. My eyes are watching the ball and where they're going, and my hands are there ready to react to push it down. Woo! Keep it a nice distance from the body. If you see me at times, sometimes I've got too close to hit my body. If I go too far away, I'm going to make it quite difficult to keep control of the ball when I'm bouncing. Good. Stop there. Now I'm going to let you have a practice of doing all the different types of bouncing the ball. You've got 1 minute. So it's bouncing down, catch, and it's continuous bouncing with 2 hands, then it's 1. Off we go. Good. How was that for you? Nice. So we've done it, we're bouncing with our strong hand. With 1 hand, sorry. away from your body, but again not too far, because then it's harder to control. Bring it up to a nice height, and my hand is ready to react to hit the ball back down to the ground. Good, hold it there. Now for the super duper challenge. This one's quite tricky. But join in with me now, and if you need more practice, that's completely fine, you're going to get it. So, we're bouncing the ball down towards the floor again. This time, we're going to use both of our hands to be hitting it down, but you're going to swap it and take it in turns, so we're alternating which one we're going to be hitting. So first you hit that one, then I'll swap. Just swapping your hands every time to hit the ball back down to the floor. To help you remember, after you've hit it down to the floor, move it to your side and then bring the other one in. So we're literally just doing this action when we're hitting down the ball. Yeah? So I'm doing a few more. I'm looking at the ball, swapping my hands, hit the ball down. You go have a practice. You've got another minute. Off you go. Moving on. So we're going to recap and practice more of our rolling skills today. For this, you might have to go outside, or if you do have a family member, then you just roll to each other. But I'm having to use a bench today to roll against. So let's recap the positioning for this. So my legs, feet apart, bend my knee a little bit towards where I'm going to roll. The arm that I'm using to roll the ball, I'm going to bring that back, and I'm going to need to remember when I release the ball, I don't want to be releasing it up here because then it's going to go upwards, isn't it? It needs to go along the floor, so I'm releasing it about here. My other arm, I'm using it as my aiming arm. My back straight, I'm looking where I'm going, and then I'm getting ready. Are you ready? So I'm going to roll the ball, and I'm going to get ready to receive, and collect the ball, and then I'm going back again. I'm in my position, roll in, and then collect. Spice it up a little bit by adding a bit of an angle, so I'm going to aim this way now. Then I've got to move and get my body in the right angle to collect the ball. So I'm going to have a go again. Ooh, and now I've got to move sideways along to get to that position. And don't be afraid to mix up your arms that you're using. So use your weaker arm and then get there. But don't forget, you might have to think about the power behind the throw, behind your roll that you're doing. And you will have to react quite quickly to move to where you need to go when receiving the ball. I'm going to give you 1 minute to practice this. Off you go. Now we're going to move on to bouncing. For this, you ready position for this. Because once the ball has come away from the wall, you need to be in a ready position to receive the ball. So to do that, you need to be shoulder width apart with your legs, bend knees a little bit, and your hands really out in front of you, ready to catch the ball. And as well, this allows you to be able to move side to side with whatever way the ball goes after it's hit the wall and it's coming back to you. So you're able to move. You're not just stuck still like this. We can bounce around and get there quicker so when we need to catch it. So, we are going to do an underarm throw. You get two hands together, towards the wall. You're going to push, you want to extend your arms out towards the wall that you're throwing at to try and get it there so then it comes back. On the way back though, we want to make sure that we're getting one bounce on our way back before it comes to us. But if there's more than one bounce, so for example if you have two, that's okay. Try your hardest to get it down to one. When we're throwing the ball at the wall, you need to think about how hard you're throwing it. Because if you throw it too hard, you're not going to get that bounce. And we want to have that bounce first. But if you throw it too light, it's not going to make it. Okay? So you really need to think about that. So then it's hit the ball, it has its bounce, and then we're in that ready position we were just talking about, ready to catch the ball on the way back. So let's have a few goes at that. You can move back if you need to, because we are in that ready position. My hands are there, my eyes are still looking at where the ball is going, and where it is on the way back. Now you're going to go and have 1 more minute to go and practice that. Off you go. Now we're going to try bouncing off the wall with no bounce on the floor on the return. So you get in your ready position, you're going to throw the ball towards the wall with 2 hands again, and then you're going to try and catch it on the way back without it hitting the floor. So how many can we do? Don't forget, you're in your ready position, then you will be able to move to the closer to the ball if you need to, or further back if you need to, or side to side. So let's have a few goes. Whoa. How many can you do without it touching the floor? Good. I'm going to allow you to have 1 more minute to practice that. Off you go. Before this, I need a family member. So, JJ, I'm just going to put my mask on and then you can come and help. Come on. So, for this, I'm going to start off on this purple dot here, and JJ's going to start off on that one. JJ's going to be moving along that line there, and I'm going to be moving along this one here. For this, we're going to start off with our rolling action that we've just been practicing. So I'm going to make sure I'm in my ready position, then I'm going to roll the ball towards JJ. Once I've rolled the ball, I need to move along my line. So I'm going to do a demonstration of me rolling. So I roll the ball, then aim, and then move to the next mat, ready for JJ to roll the ball, and then I'm ready to receive the ball with two of my hands again. I'm going to roll, and I'm going to move. And then I'm ready to receive it from JJ, and he's ready on the other side to receive it as well. And can we do it on the way back, JJ? So I'm ready to receive it, or can we get a little bit quicker? Because we've got to move now once we have rolled the ball to each other. Superb. Do you remember our ready position when we were throwing against the ball when we had to move? This is the same thing here too. We're moving towards an angle to receive the ball. Now we're going to have a go. You ready for JJ? Bouncing the ball to each other. So it's the same thing, however, instead of rolling, we are bouncing the ball to each other. Remember when we're bouncing the ball, we're pushing the ball down towards the floor in the middle of me and JJ, so JJ's ready to receive it on the other side. So we have a practice again and see how it happens. Push it down and bounce it towards JJ, and move over ready to receive the ball. Good. And our hands again, so it's JJ. We look at where the ball is. We're having to move, or we're going to be quick here to be ready to receive the ball. You're now going to go and have a practice of this. Off you go. Now we're going to play a target game called Space Invaders. For this, you need either 4 mats, or you can use pillows, or you can use your jumpers and just set them up like how we have here. JJ is starting to help me here again, and we're going to have a bit of a competition. He's on one side, in between 2 mats, but he's going to move from side to side in the ready position, moving side to side because he can block my roll. Because I'm going to be trying to hit the mat with the ball to knock down his spaceship. So I'm going to be this side. I'm in my ready position. I'm going to roll the ball towards one of these mats here. So then JJ can move. I can trick him if I want to. And he can block it with his hands there. And on the way back, he's going to be doing the same thing. So I'm in my ready position. I can do that moving side to side. I'm ready to react. Ooh, so close. And you're just going to see out of you and your partner who can get the most points. Ready? Whoa, so close. If you don't want to roll it though, you can do our bouncing that we've been practicing towards the mat or on the mat. However, that one might be a little bit tricky. Let's see if JJ's brave enough to have a go at it. So I'm in my ready position, ready to move. Whoa, that was super close. And on the way back. Ooh, too hard there with my bounce there, because it's going to bounce over. Go on then, JJ. So moving side to side. And JJ managed to trick me there and get it over the mat. Let's have me a people one way. What's that over there? Oh, couldn't trick him. Well, thank you very much, JJ, for helping that game. You guys now go have a go. Now to recap, today's lesson we looked at our bouncing skills and we looked more into our rolling skills, and then we had fun games with a partner at the end there. Don't forget, you can rewind, you can pause, you can go look at the other videos to keep practicing and lock down those skills. This is Georgia from Fiesta. See you next week.